What is up, creatives? This is Tom. Welcome back to another video. First of all, you're probably wondering why you're on my bedroom floor. That's because there's only so many ways you can basically keep a video interesting when you're being forced to record in just one room like this. The second of all is just that I'm just bored. This seemed like a fun angle. And the next is that it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but in this budget Wednesday on a Thursday, I want to talk about Blackmagic Pocket cinema camera lenses because I realised that I don't own a 50mm f1.8 for my Blackmagic Pocket cinema camera. That is just insane. It has to change. So today we're going to do that. Alright, so like I said, this is my Blackmagic Pocket cinema camera, and right now I'm using, this is the Canon 24-70mm f2.8. It's like an amazing lens, which of course obviously does incorporate that 50mm focal range for this camera. So I do have a 50mm equivalent focal range, but it is insane that I don't own a nifty 50 for this camera. So I'm basically going to run this as a little bit of a test. We're going to run sort of an expensive camera, Blackmagic Pocket cinema camera, fully rigged out, and the Canon 50mm f1.8. I've just ordered it, it's just arrived, so let's unbox it right now, stick it on the camera, and then we're going to go out and shoot something later. Hopefully we can get some fun stuff. Alright, okay, so here we go. This is the nifty 50. Let's crank that variable ND. So this is the 50mm f1.8. It's the STM version. Let's go ahead and unbox this. Alright, so like I said, here is my Blackmagic Pocket cinema camera. Let's move that to the side just quickly. This is the Canon 50mm f1.8 STM version. So it's the little bit more expensive than the sort of really nifty 50. Let me just sort out my focusing here. There we go, you guys can see that lens there. Let's take the lens protector off. So it's a pretty cheap lens. That's kind of the point of this video. So even considering the price of this lens, it's just insane the quality that you can get out of this little lens. So we're going to throw it on the Blackmagic Pocket cinema camera. Take off this 24-70mm L lens, and there we go. This will literally whack straight onto the Viltrox adapter, and that is the setup. Alright, we're getting really creative with our camera angles here, but today I'm going to go out and shoot with this camera. I'm going to go and shoot with my friend Josh, who's an amazing flipper, tricker, basically just athlete. I'm going to go and see what type of cool content we can create in golden hour. And hey, before my neck cricks and I get absolutely awful cramp, I think we're just going to go and head out. Alright guys, what's up? Hope you enjoyed that little sequence. A massive thank you to Josh Brady. Give him a follow on Instagram at this handle if you're interested in sort of seeing more of his stuff. But I want to talk briefly about this 50mm lens. So this little lens right here on the front of my 4K. So all of that footage that obviously didn't show the camera was shot on this little lens. So I'm like extremely happy for the price of this little piece of gear, what image it can produce. I think for pretty much any Canon EF mount user, whether it be the Pocket 4K or the Canon 90D, like this is such a good investment, just a tiny little lens to have in your camera bag. There's a couple of really big advantages. So first of all is the size. Like this lens is tiny compared to, if I just switch this out quickly with my 24-70, you can see now like the difference in the sizes there is just insane. Obviously, you don't get a zoom range on this 50mm prime, but it's just so convenient to have this tiny little form factor lens, and it's great for a camera like the Pocket 4K because you can just throw it on. Generally, I'm using bigger lenses. Obviously, it doesn't help with stability and stabilization on this camera, but it is a fantastic choice, and it's great to have an option of a smaller, more portable lens, especially if you're doing things like gimbal use or anything like that, where you want your camera to be a little bit more compact, a little bit more portable. Next is obviously the image. The massive advantage of this lens is it stops down all the way to f1.8, meaning you can get just a gorgeous depth of field paired with a camera like the Pocket 4K, especially with a speed booster on it. The image is just incredible, and it looks absolutely gorgeous when you consider the price of the camera. The STM version of the lens is the STM version of the lens. Lens flares in a really nice way. There were a couple of sunblooms in the footage you just watched, and I think it really pops. And I think the colors on the Pocket 4K, that really is a nice combination, very aesthetically pleasing. And this is kind of an interesting video for me because basically I'm just thoroughly recommending that pretty much everybody goes and buys this lens. There's no sort of if it shoots your style of shooting. Like this STM version, I would, I think, recommend the STM version just because it's sort of £30, $30 more expensive, but you're getting a better build quality. And personally, I think the image is ever so slightly better from some previous comparisons that I've watched on other channels. But this lens is like $100 US. And when you're pairing it with a camera like this, a camera like the 90D, that is just such a good combination. I think everyone should have one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about this lens, about this camera, down below in the comments, just drop it there. I'll respond. As always, if you're interested in seeing more budget filmmaking, video production, photography things, subscribe to this channel, and also I'll link the Budget Wednesday playlist if you're interested in seeing more videos. Try to post them on Wednesday. Inevitably, they're sometimes on a Thursday, Friday, or Tuesday. But hey, hopefully you guys are enjoying the content, and I'll catch you guys next time.